What up? What up? What up? Strike League Podcast, man. I'm Randy Little. If you new to this, and this is episode number 82. On this episode, I got Eric, I got Melissa, I got Nick with me, and in honor, I guess might be the proper wording, due to the release of Turning Red, the new Pixar animation release, we're talking singular individual Pixar movies, the non-franchise Pixar movies. A Bug's Life, Ratatouille, Wall-E, Brave, Inside Out, Soul, for example. And, just a lot of Turning Red, but then we show love and we discuss those other movies. When Lightyear comes out in June, we'll talk Toy Story, Monsters Inc., The Incredibles, Cars, the Pixar franchises. But yeah, man, within the last couple weeks, let's get to that. Within the last couple weeks, obviously we had Turning Red come out on Disney Plus, and The Atom Project came out on Netflix. This past current weekend, that movie X, the A24 slasher movie X, came out in limited release. But then Cheaper by the Dozen came out on Disney Plus, and Deep Water came out on Hulu. And Blu-ray and DVD over that same time frame, right after the Batman episode we just did, the 8th of March, The Matrix Resurrections came out. Coming to America came out. Looks like the last season of Supergirl came out. A Journal for Jordan came out. National Champions. And then Brooklyn Nine-Nine got a Blu-ray box set. Paramount dropped some Nickelodeon movies. The Rugrats trilogy, Jimmy Neutron. Yellowstone Season 4 came out. This past Tuesday, Red Rocket came out, West Side Story came out, and then, I don't be wanting to pre-order from Disney Movie Club for like $40, so I don't ever get these like Disney slipcovers anymore. I dislike y'all that do. I'm just playing. This upcoming Tuesday, Nightmare Alley is coming out on Blu-ray, 4K. The Godfather trilogy, Dexter, New Blood, looks like it's all coming out. And then the Tuesday before the next episode is looks like Drop Dead Fred is getting a Blu-ray. Sing 2 is getting a Blu-ray. Warner Archive is putting the original A Star Is Born on Blu-ray. Marry Me, the J-Lo Owen Wilson movie. Young Rock Season 1 is getting a Blu-ray. A lot of cool stuff coming. But stick around. We're gonna talk some Pixar. Hopefully y'all aren't adults that are too grown for animation. While you're listening, while you're watching, give us a rating, give us a review. It's appreciated. Whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Good Pods, Anchor, Apple Podcasts. No matter how you're getting your Rec League fix, even if you don't like it, give me a 1 star. I just want the feedback. Yeah, it's Rec League. All right, I want to nail this right quick. Hey, yo, we gotta pay a little tribute, remembrance, memorial. Really, this is me and Eric, because Nick, y'all, Melissa, y'all don't watch pro wrestling, right?
No.
So I mean,
I don't have it. I don't know.
Huge RIP Scott Hall passed away this past week. Health complications. Wasn't really in movies, but he was definitely an entertainer. Eric, how you gonna remember the bad guy?
Well, I wish I had brought up my belt
thingy in remembrance. But no, just he started. You're wearing a hat called NWO. People don't realize. Technically, he was the first member of the group when he showed up from WWF back in the day to WCW. And I wish Nick and Melissa, y'all could see. It was a huge deal back in the day. So there were two shows going. They were competing. They came on at the same time, two wrestling shows. Monday Night Raw and the WCW Nitro, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And he went from one company to the other, and then he showed up. But yeah, he was a great wrestler. He had a great persona. Movie related. His persona in WWE was Razor Ramon, based on Tony Montana from Scarface.
Chico.
Vince McMahon, the owner of WWF, had never heard of Scarface, and he liked the character. Yeah, that's a true story. Vince McMahon didn't know who Scarface was, and Razor Ramon came in and, hey, the bad guy with the accent, and that's created one of the more classic characters. But yeah, that's about it. R.I.P. to him.
And then William Hurt also passed away.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Melissa and Nick, y'all can chime in on this one.
Oh, Melissa, you've seen him, Will. You've seen him in a movie.
No,
go ahead, punch him up. I guarantee you.
No, I know. I have, yeah, for sure.
But yeah, go ahead, Nick. What you got?
It was a bummer. It was one of those, I don't know, you read it and it's like, am I reading this right? And then it's like natural causes, and I'm like, well, that's not right either.
Yeah.
I looked into it, of course, but very sad. He had like a, really dominant run in the 80s.
Oh yeah.
Like, I guess a lot of actors had like little runs, but he kind of like ran the whole 80s. Like once he started, he was nominated for Best Actor 3 years in a row, and he won.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's next level.
He won, what was it, the Kiss
of the Spider Woman.
Kiss of Spider Woman, then
Wow.
Broadcast News, and wow, he was.
And
what's the movie? Marley Matlin and Children of a Lesser God.
Of a Lesser God.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a bummer. I did like. I'm a little younger. Well, I'm trying to think of the first thing I ever saw him in. The first thing I remember seeing him in, my mom had the movie. It was called The Doctor. I don't really remember the movie, but I remember he was in it. I remember the VHS tape, and I remember him on TV. Then, I don't know. I remember Lost in Space.
Yeah.
When I was 8. And it was a masterpiece.
That was probably the first thing I ever saw him in.
Yeah.
Underrated
movie.
Where you're like, you come to realize you can read the case and look, and you're like, that's William Hurt. That's who that is. I'd probably seen him like 5-6 times before that, but
yeah. And that same year, I think so, 98 was
Dark City.
Space. Yeah, Dark City, still super underrated movie to this day. He played a detective.
And if you haven't, definitely watch A History of Violence.
Oh yeah, I was about to say his 4th nomination. It's such an amazing performance because he's only in one scene.
Yep, it's like maybe 10 minutes. Probably not even that long.
Yeah,
really.
probably. And dude, off of one scene, gets an Academy Award nomination.
Sure.
A much deserved one.
That's insane.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember reading, and it was like he wasn't like a big front runner or anything, but he
not
did
at
get
all.
And it was like, oh. And then it was like everybody that had seen it, nobody was like, well, he did that. Everybody was like, no, it's like the best scene in the whole. He steals the whole movie.
And that's saying something.
And I remember watching it the first time, being like, wow, he really did steal that whole movie.
Yeah, that's and he had his how many roles? He was prominent in the MCU.
He did.
Shit, at least
I think it was 5.
4 or 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did a short. That was a short, like one of those short.
Oh yeah, he was in one of those, one of the one shots.
Really?
Yeah, one shot. That's it. And then Hulk, Civil War. He was in both of the, like he was in Endgame and Infinity War for like a minute each.
Little cameo.
Thunderbolt Ross. Black Widow.
So that's 6.
Yeah.
I swear they were prepping a Thunderbolts series or movie or something. Dark Avengers, something.
Right. Yeah, he definitely would have showed up again.
Yeah, a lot of people, you see the RIP posts and you expect people to say that. A lot of people are just like, no Red Hulk. And I was like
damn.
Yeah.
We'll be okay. We probably don't need a Red Hulk.
Somebody passed away, man. Like, come on.
Probably don't need a Red Hulk. We'll be good. But yeah, it was a bummer.
All right, getting into the main topic right quick. We're gonna list our 5 favorite time travel movies that are not Back to the Future. Hope y'all got y'all list ready. Nah, but
I'm changing my list.
These two nerds did that on Eric's most recent episode. Check that out wherever you get your podcasting fix.
Oh, thank you.
It was fun to listen to. We're talking about the Pixar movies that are non-franchises, because Turning Red just came out, which actually has huge franchise potential. I want to start it off by getting Melissa, Asian female in Toronto, reaction to this movie. You did watch it, right? You told me you watched it.
Yeah.
So I mean, like,
yesterday.
how much did you relate to it? What you think about the movie in general?
Yeah, thanks, Randy. That's cool. That's cool that you have an episode dedicated to this movie, and you encouraged me to watch this movie, and it's a really cool story. Domi Shi, the director and writer, she went to Sheridan College. I was talking to Randy about this yesterday, which is this huge animation college here that everyone knows, and my older brother actually went to this college, and he used to be an animator. I mean, he still could, but he kind of gave that up after a while, and he was working on a show for a long time, and so it's pretty cool. There's so many connections, with this movie. Even just seeing the trailer, everyone was just kind of freaking out. Like, that's Toronto? Like, we never see Toronto in Hollywood movies. Like, this is actually set in Toronto, not just filmed in Toronto for the low tax breaks or whatever. Like, that's the Sky Dome, and that's just, the Sky Dome's like right there from where I live. It's like right outside my door. So it's just really cool. It's obviously about a 13-year-old girl in 2002. So 2002 Toronto is very relatable for me. I moved to Toronto 2001. I grew up in the GTA, which is a greater Toronto area. I don't know. I could say a million things. I found the movie funnier than I expected. I didn't expect it to be funny, after hearing what people thought about it. I was laughing a lot. It was very relatable, too relatable even, like painfully relatable. The stuff with the mother, I mean, Asian women always joke about this. If you have an Asian mother, I mean, she's so controlling and, protective. Oh my God. I could go on forever about it. It'd be like a therapy session. It was incredibly relatable in that way. It was really enjoyable. I loved the music. I was like, I watched the whole credit scene just to listen to the music. I never do that. So a lot of good things I could say. I think it's so cool that Pixar gave this woman this opportunity. I know she had that short bow before, and I think she won an Oscar, so she kind of like made her own path. Good for her. But the fact that Pixar would dedicate an entire movie to a 13-year-old Chinese Canadian girl in Toronto, it's baffling. It's completely mind-boggling to any Canadian, We grow up watching all American pop culture. Not an exaggeration, like 90% of our pop culture is American. I always tell you guys, it's just how we grow up. So to actually see Toronto, oh my God, it's crazy. And, I'm hearing that people are watching it, people are showing their kids, boys, girls, whatever, they don't care. I think Toronto people are very proud, very excited. So, yeah, it's really cool. And I'm glad I watched it yesterday for the pod. Thanks, Randy.
Yeah, that's dope. It's my number 2 for the year right now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm between a 4.5. I saw you guys gave a similar rating.
Yeah.
The end is what I'm a little unsure about, but I think I have to watch it again and see how I feel about the whole thing. The tone kind of veers wildly, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only thing I'm a little like, wow, this is a crazy movie. But yeah, I agree. One of the best of the year so far, no question. I mean, I haven't seen that much, but it's like, for me, it's like that and like the Janet Jackson doc. Like, those are my favorite movies this year.
Eric, you watched it, right? I don't know if you're a big animation guy.
Oh no, I definitely watched it and loved it. So it missed. It'll probably be eligible for next year's animated feature for the Oscars.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
And it should be nominated. But yeah, it's definitely need more movies like this. The movie was just overall fun.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the music, Melissa. Now, of course, you're talking about the song-driven music, right?
Or, yeah, sorry, I meant like, what are they called? Forte?
Yeah, the boy band.
And it's written by Phineas and Billy, right? A lot of those songs, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's hilarious. But also, jumping on that with the music, my favorite in the last 5 years, favorite composer, Ludwig Göransson. I'm glad to see him tackle a movie like this because I loved his score.
Okay, Eric. Yeah, when I saw his name looked familiar, but I don't know why. So can you kind of tell us?
Oh no, he won an Oscar for Black Panther doing the score for that one.
Oh my gosh! Okay.
And he did the Creed movies. He did the score for The Mandalorian, the theme.
Wow.
And he's a very talented composer.
Enough said. He's a beast.
Yeah, and that's just like you said, to name a few. But no, movies like this, Melissa, you were talking about the culture. You know, we all should know a little bit about everybody else's culture. And everybody likes to assume and guess and not educate themselves. And movies like that could make people more interested in actually educating themselves and not using stereotypes and BS like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, the movie was great and fun. And yeah, the third act kind of got a little wonky, but not it didn't lose you that much. It probably prevented it from I'm going my Nick mode. It probably prevented it from being 5 stars. Like a hard 4.5.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, I love the movie. I can't praise it enough.
Nick, as the other man-child on this panel, how did you feel?
I liked it. I wouldn't say I loved it. It does have potential, though. Like a lot of Pixar movies, when I watch them again, I'm like, oh, that was actually... I did it with Luca. Like when I watched Luca, I was like, that was fine. Then I watched it again maybe a couple weeks ago, and I was like, that actually was kind of great. Like that actually did kind of good. So I feel like this has that potential. And like I did my Pixar ranking, and it's like ranked low, but like I like every Pixar. It's kind of like the Marvel thing. Like they're all good. So the fact that this ranks below like Up, that doesn't really mean anything. It's just like Up is like a masterpiece, and this was like very good. But I was like, a lot of these things I've seen with people complaining about Turning Red, it's like annoying, like, because I watched it and I was like, how can you even complain about that? And then I watched it and I'm like, it is a very like super specific, like, I don't know, like demographic that there's, it's like okay, it's a specific kind of family in a very specific city in this specific time period that it's like, if you weren't born in 2002, like you don't really know like the boy band craze and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like it was, so I was like, oh, I kind of see it, but it was also like, that's what I liked about it.
Yeah,
like, I was
it
like,
was
this is
too funny.
Yeah, like
it was too like entertaining to care.
Can I answer that criticism real quick? Because I saw that viral review and that guy basically got bullied for a week for good reason. You have to look at it like this. He said that Domichi was just making a movie for her friends, Chinese people in Toronto.
All directors do that.
Let me just say this. Toronto is the 4th most populous city in North America. Yeah. How many things have I watched about Philadelphia, Dallas, Portland, Seattle? No, but New York is more populous. I'm talking about cities that are a fraction of how many people exist in Toronto. And then you take the Asian community in Toronto. It's fucking enormous. How dare he say the movie was just for Domichi's friends? The Chinese population of Toronto is much bigger than cities that I've had to watch stuff on my Canadian television for my whole life. I know so much. Why do I know so much about Philadelphia? I grew up watching The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I don't complain.
It's always sunny.
for me. Exactly. I don't complain. This is not for me. I can't relate to this. I relate to it because I'm a human being, and it's a show about human beings. That's my whole life is watching shit like that. So for him to say that, he got rightfully mocked forever.
Yeah.
They removed the review. Oh my god, it just made me so mad. So
yeah, as it should. That was really.
And that's how people like me and Eric feel watching American TV every day. Like Friends was not about me. I didn't grow up in Greenwich Village, but you know what? Friends is my favorite show. So you know.
And that's crazy. You use Friends as an example, because the idea of Friends. Look at Randy. Know where I'm going.
Yeah.
Came from a show called Living Single.
Sure.
Yeah, but again, it's a very specific. It's
very right.
Only 26-year-olds, only with a specific like income, only in Greenwich Village. But nobody complains.
Nobody bats an eye.
I can't relate to Friends. Like, you know, nobody complains that it's too niche.
It sounds like this guy was Joaquin Phoenix putting his clown face paint on.
Right, you're writing a review.
I was just saying, like,
that's hilarious.
Like, you know, if I had any issues with Turning Red, it wasn't that I was like, I can't relate to this. Because it was like, well, as if you can relate to like everything 100%. It's like she just said, like, you know, it's about a little girl. Well, I'm not a little girl, so that means I'm
Are
never
you
gonna
sure?
be on that level. I mean, I'm not sure. But
so how about this? Who here on this podcast has a pet?
A pet?
What?
A pet.
No, I don't.
A pet, or any time in your life ever had a pet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So about that relatability stuff, you don't have to relate down to the very specific detail. For example, I'm gonna use a movie. Then not to get too far off track. I know certain people on this podcast has a cat. All right. So watching the movie Alien with Sigourney Weaver, I'm not a 6 foot tall white woman. But
again,
I relate.
Are you sure?
But you're right. But I could relate to her going back because she left her cat. You know what I mean? There's a killer alien with acid for blood trying to kill her, but she goes back because she forgot her cat.
You're like,
I can relate to that.
I get it.
The human element.
I get it. I get it, Ripley.
You don't have to relate down to the detail. And this asshole. Well, yeah. But now that's just an example. You know, it doesn't have to be like, oh, it's very And you know what? That's what Randy said. That's what filmmakers do. Steven Spielberg deals with his childhood trauma through his movies.
Right? We're like, The Fableman is literally going to be about his life.
Yeah.
Is nobody going to go see it because they didn't live
I can't relate.
Steven Spielberg's life?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, and it's like
I'm not watching.
And speaking of another one of your famous Canadians of all time, Michael J. Fox. Coming up, watching those Back to the Future movies.
I never went back in time.
Yes. And there was one thing that really stuck out to me about Michael J. Fox is that he was a shorter guy who was confident and tough. You know, and growing up, I wasn't the tallest guy in the world. Like, oh, look at this. You don't have to be. It's just, it's very narrow-minded. This reviewer don't even deserve to have his name mentioned. But
yeah, it's like you take the specific parts of your life and you put it out there, and you become amazed that people can relate on so many levels. You know, you do your specific thing. This is my life. I know she was in 13 in 2002. I think she was a little bit older. I don't remember. But she did a very specific thing in time. Lady Bird did the same thing, and people didn't complain. Okay?
Yeah.
It's the exact same fucking thing. And then people are like, oh my god, I can relate for so many different reasons. You know, it's amazing. And that's what storytelling is, like Randy said. That's what filmmaking is.
Oh, shit.
And, you know, people have this subconscious, certain, like this dipshit reviewer. I'm just insulting this dude.
We don't know his name. Like, none of us remember.
Fuck this guy. I don't know his name either.
By now, I don't know who he was.
And a lot of people like him think this way. So equality isn't a pie. Giving us more will not take away from you having what you have.
Sing it.
And like, oh my goodness, now we get this little percentage, and because when we talk about the Oscar episode, we're gonna get into that with the. But anywho, that's just there. That's it about that, and whatever his name is, you're an asshole. So anyway.
All right. My next idea was.
And one more thing about that son of a bitch. Go ahead.
What is the best Pixar movie not called Toy Story, and why is it Inside Out?
So, I saw A Bug's Life when it came out in theaters.
But you can relate to it.
but you're not a bug.
Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead, Randy.
I just wanted y'all to talk about why Inside Out is so good.
I'm gonna find my list. Yeah, go ahead.
I've got it at like number 10. Or like 11.
Blasphemy.
Okay, Randy, being honest, Randy, I watched it for this pod, and I think I missed something because I was I didn't really get it. I think I have to watch it a second time. Maybe you can talk about why.
You're not a hockey playing white girl from Minnesota.
Yeah.
Well, close, right?
I think, like, of my whole Pixar list, there's 25 movies, and, like, the top 12 are all, like, 4.5s or higher. So, like, the fact that I've got it number 11, it's still, like, pretty good.
Oh, wow.
Pretty good. And, like, number 13 is WALL-E. So, like, that's also kind of...
Really?
Yeah, so...
We did. About your top 5.
Turning Red, like, ranked kind of low. I'm like, that's just because it wasn't as good as, like, WALL-E. Like, it's not like a slight against the movie.
Interesting.
I've got, outside of, like, I guess, my highest ranked movie that isn't, like, a franchise movie, I have Ratatouille.
Ooh.
I can relate to it.
I love Ratatouille.
Yeah, everyone can relate to a rat cooking in France or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. I was like, you'd have to get rid of every Pixar movie if it was just like, this didn't speak to me. I'm like, the rat in the kitchen spoke to you?
Dude, I've got, in my top 10, I have I have 3 movies that don't have franchises. Inside Out, Coco, and Soul.
Oh man, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in my top 10, and then Inside Out is like number 11.
Yeah, I have Onward at 11.
Ooh.
My you liked Onward more than I did. I remember that.
Dude, I really loved Onward. Like, just the whole like my history with my father figures, and it hit me. Like I was the 13-year-old Asian girl in Toronto watching Onward.
These trolls are me, or whatever they were.
Yeah. I've interacted with so many centaurs.
Yeah. I've got Ratatouille, Up, Soul, and Coco in my top 10. Everything else is like a franchised piece of art. I got Toy Story 1, 3, and 2 are like 1, 2, and 3, and they're like 5ers. Ooh. Finding Nemo is 4, and it's also a 5er. I don't play around when it comes to Pixar. A lot of 5-star Pixar movies.
Yeah, that's what, like,
so we see.
They put out so much good quality. It's like the movies that aren't
is not a big deal.
My bottom 10, I have. This sounds like a slight, but because Pixar puts out so much good shit, it's just not. Like, Turning Red's in my bottom 10, and then A Bug's Life, Luca, Brave, and they're all still really good.
Well, I got Brave was low on mine for a while. But it's almost the same thing with Turning Red. Like, it's almost like my expectations were different. I just remember the commercials, like the previews for Brave were like these badass, like serious things. Like, holy shit, look at her, she's gonna fight a bear, and this looks like the sickest movie. And then like the movie, it's just like her mom turns into a bear, and like that's what the movie's about. And I was like, well, wait. this isn't Brave. This is just how do I fix my mom? Like it was good. I was like my expectations were different. I think it was the same way with Turning Red. Like not that it was bad. Like it was great, but it was like I don't know. It was like the commercial. It was almost like I was like, oh, that's like a. It's gonna be like puberty. The red panda is gonna be her.
Yeah.
You know, another. For
Yeah,
her,
there
like,
was a lot of symbolism in this
it's cute.
movie.
Yeah, for sure.
But then I was like, the whole movie, she was just kind of using it so she could get tickets to see this boy band. It's like, I kind of love it, but I was also like, I thought it would be a smidge deeper than that. Like, I thought, like, I don't know. I thought the story would be. I'm sure when I go back and watch it with my expectations adjusted, I'll be like, oh, this is actually just the comedic masterpiece. But I was just like, oh, so that's. She just really wants tickets to see this band.
Well, like again, I think it's a lot of symbolism, right? Like freedom and independence and being proud of what you like and not being ashamed of it. And there's so much to unpack there. I think it's deeper than it appears. And that's what I mean. I think I have to watch it again to really absorb the last half, which was just very like, whoa, over the top. Like, you know, she talks about needing her mother's approval. Even I was like, what are Asian mothers going to think about this? That's how scared I am of my mother's approval. Like it's kind of insane, the whole thing. So, yeah. She's brave, the filmmaker. God, what is her mother going to think of this thing? Like,
This should have been called Brave.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow.
And Brave could have been called Turning Red. She's got
red hair.
I was reading about the drama with Brave. There was a lot of drama. Like, Reese Witherspoon was supposed to be the star, but she said she couldn't nail the Scottish accent, and then the female filmmaker was taken off the movie. There's all these things that happened back.
I do not
in the
remember
Forgot about that, yeah.
But like, Boo from Monsters Inc. was the witch.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, I remember. That's stupid. Get out of here.
No,
is that the Pixar?
I believe it. I believe it.
Get
The
out.
Pixar theory is real.
Get out of here. No, but I'm even like my least favorite Pixar movie. Like I think everyone has Cars 2 as their. Like,
Yeah.
I like Cars 2. Like that's the thing. I'm like, if DreamWorks put out Cars 2, it would be one of their better movies.
Pixar
Middle of the
put out a
pack
spy
or better.
movie.
You're like, oh yeah, it's as good as Kung Fu Panda 3,
No, it's not.
Madagascar 3.
Yeah.
Like it's as good as like any of those. But it's just Pixar. It's like when a Pixar puts a movie, it's like anything less than like bowl me over with emotion. It's like, oh well, it's at the bottom. And it sucks. It's sad because like they're all good. Like I'm looking at the list and I'm like, every movie's good in its own way.
Yeah, well, I didn't hear anybody talk about the Good Dinosaur yet.
Yeah, that's another one. Like it's kind of usually ranked low, but it came out the same year as Inside Out. Inside Out was this like, unique little, thing that everyone was like, wow, it was amazing. And the Good Dinosaur was just kind of like, this is like Land Before Time again. Like it's good. It's really good.
But the little boy was a dog.
It's not quite, I don't know, but it's really good. I love the Good Dinosaur. It's really good. I've got it.
Land Before Time. And there's another animated dinosaur movie everybody totally forgets about. It's called We're Back.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Dinosaur.
I love We're Back. We're Back.
From the looks on two of y'all faces, y'all never heard of it.
I have it.
I love We're Back.
It's on my shelf. I don't know if I've ever watched it.
Yeah, We're Back is such a weird story. Like, who wrote this? But it's based on like a book.
Yeah.
Oh, I love We're Back. It's so odd. Like, you can't really explain the story to people. It's like you just gotta watch it and like go for it.
Yeah. I saw it in theaters. Like,
They're back.
We're Back.
The poster's like dinosaurs like walking through like 90s New York.
Yeah.
Ooh, this sounds good.
Through the parade.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody's like, oh, look at those balloons. But they aren't balloons, they're dinosaurs. It's great. That's a weird movie. Like, it's like some kind of like magic cereal.
Wow.
makes them smart. It's a weird movie. It's a very odd film that everyone should watch.
That's funny.
But it's not.
I'm so tired. I've yawned like 4 times, and I'm at the point that I just can't hide it anymore.
Oh, man.
So, like, Soul was the best movie of 2020.
I mean, it was.
Yeah, Tony. Yeah, that's probably true. Let's see. Look at Randy.
So
Randy,
much.
you need coffee.
So much dead air. I'm looking at my list.
No, I'm looking at my thing. My
I'm
friends.
sorry, I haven't seen a lot of these.
Soul is like the perfect example to me of like, you know, I watched Soul. It was the day after Christmas. I watched it by myself, and it like bowled me over. Like I was immediately into it, and the music and everything, and I was like transfixed by Soul. Like I was like, this is a masterpiece. And like by the time I was over, I was emotional, and I was like so into it, and I was like, that was it. So that's like the basis of comparison for me. Like when a movie comes out, you know, like The Good Dinosaur, I'm like, wow, this is great. Is it as good as Soul? And like Luca, like that was like when Luca came out, I was real excited, like finally new Pixar, and I was like, that was cute. It was really cute.
What is Luca about?
Soul.
Uh-oh.
You ever see Call Me by Your Name?
Fish Boys in Italy.
Hell yeah, baby.
That's Luca. It's like the Luca prequel.
Interesting.
Luca is like Disney's version of that.
That's weird.
It's really not, but like it's not.
You know what that reminds me of? How everyone says that Cars is Doc Hollywood. Do you guys know Doc Hollywood?
Wow.
He's Doc Hollywood.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
I freaking love. You know how I feel about Michael J. Fox. I freaking love Doc Hollywood. That's my soul. Like that movie makes me emotional. So I can kind of guess what Cars is, and I'm not gonna bother watching it.
No, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about Soul. For some reason, the only thing I heard about from Soul, I saw snippets of the trailer. And I'm like, oh, yeah, they're going to do an actual jazz and blah, 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 and Jamie Foxx. I had all these little snippets of details. I never actually saw the trailer. And then, looking back, I saw the Ghost version of him, but I didn't know that was related to Soul. So I saw the movie. And what happened. He fell down a manhole, right? And I said to myself, I think I did say it out loud. I'm like, he fucking died? No, seriously, I didn't know. I'm thinking soul as in music.
Yeah.
I
didn't know it was going to be literal or double entendre or whatever. I'm like, whoa. And I'm like, whoa. And then I'm like, damn, he died? I'm like, oh my God. It was, I honestly didn't know. I didn't watch the trailer. I'm like, oh, it's a Pixar. I'm going to watch it. And
still a bummer because it's like he's about to have like this best day.
Yeah, and that's what shocked me
like,
about it. He was like, oh, la, la, and whoop. And
but it's so good.
And deservingly so. I love what they did with the score. They had the Afterlife score, and then the other score, the jazz score.
Yeah.
So it was it's Reznor and Ross, and I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the They can be out. There you go.
Yeah.
And Batiste. And so 3 of them, and they won. He hijacked the
Oh yeah.
I remember that.
The award speech. But anyway, they've been there before. Reznor and
Weren't
Ross.
they were also nominated for like Mank or something?
Yeah, they were double nominees in there, which is hilarious because they read their names off first and they had to wait. There was a third name. So yeah, that score is just amazing. And yeah, the movie overall.
That's like that movie is like the basis for like when I watch a new Pixar movie now, it's like that was good. Was it Soul? Like was it like how I felt when I watched Soul? Because like some of the ones that are ranked higher, like Finding Nemo, to me is like perfect. Like it's like a masterpiece. I wouldn't change anything about Finding Nemo. I'm like it's probably not going to be that good, but it's like Soul. I'm like, is that as good as Soul? Or like, did that make me as emotional as like Coco. Probably not. Coco made me a mess. Fuck Coco. Every time I watch Coco, I'm a mess.
Dude, Coco's so
Not
good.
It's gonna be the time I don't cry watching Coco.
No, man.
So,
see.
is Pete Docter the best Pixar director?
Nope.
You're wrong, sir.
That would be Johnny.
Johnny?
Is he,
Johnny Lasseter.
He directed Cars 2.
Hey, this little.
Hey, Cars 2's good.
He also directed Toy Story.
But
Toy
it's
Story 2.
last.
What else? But I don't know. That's a.
See, like, I'm kind of stepping on the Lightyear episode, but I have Toy Story second behind Toy Story 3.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And
Remember Randy's birthday episode.
see, and Lasseter didn't do 3.
Who did 3?
I don't remember his name right now.
Yeah, who did? Some guy named Brian Fee. Whoever that is. I think he only did one.
It says Lee Unkrich.
Yeah, he directed
Yeah,
Pixar.
is
He
that
directed
it?
Toy Story 3. He also
Yeah,
did
Toy Story 3. Cars 3 is Brian, yeah.
Cars 3.
I like Cars 3. I'm an asshole.
the
How many fucking cars are there?
3.
It's
There's
3,
Cars
it's
and
trilogy.
planes.
People love those damn movies.
I like Cars 3 too.
Cars 3 was underrated.
Yeah.
2 cars and 2 planes.
The director of Toy Story 3 directed Coco.
Yeah, Leon Critch.
Yeah.
He did.
If he has a
Yeah,
third
yes.
movie coming down the pipeline, I'll instantly be excited.
I'm checking the directors now so I can know.
See, man, Pete Docter got Inside Out, Monsters Inc., Soul,
Monsters
and
Inc. I
Up.
like. I like Monsters Inc. a lot.
But my boy, John Lasseter, he has one of the more underrated movies, in my opinion. And probably because it was early in the life of Pixar. And I mentioned it earlier, and that's A Bug's Life.
Well, he has like the first 3 Pixar movies overall,
Yeah.
doesn't he?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
A
that's
Bug's
right.
Life
Toy
is
Story.
underrated.
Yeah, nobody talks about it. It's such a great movie. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll just quickly interject. So I was talking to Randy about this, how my older brother is an animator, or was, or whatever. Whenever he would tell me an animated movie was good, I would always listen because, you know, that's his whole background, that's his whole life, and he loves A Bug's Life. So there you go.
Mhm. Good.
I've got it ranked.
People like it.
Of the ones outside of the 4.5ers, I've got it ranked real high with the 4s. I just think I love it. Also, like, the whole Negan plotline from The Walking Dead.
Here we go. I love these, like,
It's not not.
That's
it's
hilarious.
not, but yeah.
It's not
That's
not.
hilarious.
They spend the whole winter getting the food and everything for the bad guys, and the bad guys show up, take it all, and are like, well, we offer you protection. And they're like, you don't even protect us. And he's like, okay, well, I'm going to kill one of you. And I'm like, this is a bug.
Yeah.
I love these parallels.
And
I love it.
Also
I don't
kinda
know.
like
It's
Seven
crazy.
Samurai.
These movies separating the. Oh, so in A Bug's Life, the main antagonist, the king of the grasshoppers, is played. Look at Nick.
With panache.
Yeah, by Kevin Spacey.
Just say
It's
his
a
name.
great voiceover performance.
Yeah, it is.
It's a great one.
The William Hurt of the 90s. He's in everything.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's us.
And also some Canadian greatness in A Bug's Life. Melissa,
What's
you
that?
take a shot at it?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Oh, you never seen it?
Never seen Bug Life?
No, but seriously, but not even joking. Dave Foley from The Kids in the Hall
Yeah.
is Flick.
Oh, cool. Ooh, Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Ooh. Look at this cast. David Hyde Pierce. Oh, my
Yeah.
Lord.
Bonnie Hunt is the spider. She does a
Wow.
lot of.
I was about to say she's like Pixar royalty aside from
I
Ratzenberger.
didn't even know this.
Yeah, and Dennis Leary is in the movie. One of the funnier roles in the movie.
Yeah, he's the
He's
ladybug.
he's a ladybug, a male ladybug.
Richard Kind is
Oh,
the.
that's awesome. Male ladybug.
Yeah, look at this. I forgot most of the people in this. Yeah,
That's crazy.
Michael Machan, John Ratzenberger,
Madeline
McDowell.
Kahn. These are like comedy legends in this.
Mhm.
Bonnie
Yeah,
Hunt's,
Madeline Kahn is the boy. Yeah, Phyllis Diller is the queen.
Bonnie Hunt's done 8 Pixar movies.
I had no
Really?
idea. That's crazy.
And this is nuts. Back in 98, the budget for this
98?
movie, but it's animation, but so $120 million budget.
Yeah, wow. Woo, that's a lot.
And more nerd stuff for y'all.
Got to put the Toy Story profits somewhere.
This is, if not the first, I need to look it up, but one of the first. I think it is the first animated movies to be filmed or animated in true widescreen in a letterboxed format.
I think it was also the first one to, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I think I'm right. I think it was the first animated movie to go right to DVD, like from theaters. Like it was on
Yeah.
VHS, but I think it was the first one to be transferred digitally direct to disc.
Right. Yeah, that I think I heard something about that.
It seems like something.
Seems
Yeah,
like
that's
something.
but that was a big deal about the aspect ratio of it, because putting it on DVD and VHS, this is back when they had to do full screen versions. They had to literally go back and almost reanimate the movie to fit,
Wow.
because it wouldn't be presented in widescreen and it would look weird.
My
But-
God.
That's just a little nerd stuff on A Bug's Life.
And they
Yeah,
came out the
like,
same-
I'm
yeah,
trying to watch these Pixar movies for this pod, and like I'm so not used to the pacing. I can't believe how much they cram into every minute of every movie.
Right.
I watch Inside Out, I watch Turning Red, and it's like there's this huge introduction that feels like an hour, and I look at how long it's been 7 minutes. Like
Mm.
in 7 minutes they crammed this whole world building. It blows my mind. I'm used to normal, I shouldn't say normal, non-animated movies where like nothing happens forever. So it's just amazes me what these people can do. It's crazy.
Inside Out, there's a lot of that. Like most of Inside Out is her explaining everything. It's like, remember
Yeah.
that Island? That's Family Island. That's Hockey Island. And it's like,
Yeah, I had a hard time with it. I think I have to watch it again to really
Bing
get
bong,
at it.
bing bong.
Is that Richard Kind again?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh man.
I was like, I really wanted to like it because so many people like it, but I was like, I don't get this. I don't know.
There's another one though, like it's the emotion just gets you. It like sneaks up on you and Inside Out. It pisses me off.
Yeah.
Like, this is
They love to do that.
That's why it's
next thing
Pixar.
you know, you're just like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Dude,
But
if,
it's like, yeah.
if
it
I'm
gets
watching
it a-
Pixar and it triggers the emotions, I instantly love it.
Yeah, like that's.
And it's-
oh, damn
I'm
it.
sure. I'm surprised we haven't talked about this one movie yet. And my experience with it is funny. So I took my 2 little cousins at the time. They were, 2009. They were 10 and 7. And like, oh yeah, this is gonna be this fun Pixar movie.
Oh,
The house with balloons and all that stuff. And go in, and the first 5 minutes of the movie, of Up,
Waterworks.
you had everybody in the theater just like a
Fucking
collective
hell.
waterfall. Is just, I'm like, man, fuck this movie, man.
I was supposed to go see Up with like a group of people, maybe like 6 people, and 4 of them failed. Like me and my buddy, like an old friend of mine, got to the theater and we were like waiting on a couple people, and they were like, "Wow, they're not coming." And we were like, "Well, you want to go see Up?" And he was like, "Yeah, dude, fuck it, dude." And like watching just 2 guys, like 2
fuck it,
Brits,
dude.
and we were just sitting there like
Yeah.
we're ready for this.
And they get off. They have to. These Pixar filmmakers, they get off
They
on
get
that.
off.
Yeah, we would
Yes.
text our friends like, "You guys missed out. Like, what a picture."
Hey, yo, who
Yeah.
directed Up?
Another Asian character.
Yeah, somebody, Randy,
Who directed Up?
some guy.
Is it Pete Doctor? Dr. Pete?
Yes, it's Pete.
He's a medical professional of some sort.
Yeah.
Fucking emotional out there.
But yeah, I remember.
That's it. He's a doctor of emotions.
Pretty much.
Up is weird. Like
Up
I
is
was talking
so
about
good.
my mom. I said something about Up to my mom, and she was like, "That's the one with like the talking dogs and the guy in the big plane." I was like,
Hi there.
"Yeah, it's normal. Like it makes sense."
Right.
You are my friend, and I love you.
Like squirrel.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Up
so
is
good.
amazing, man.
It's odd.
Yeah,
choice.
definitely won animated feature. They just like.
I'm 36, but I am the personality of Mr. Fredrickson.
Yeah.
See.
I
And there's
get
a
it.
name, a constant, another name you're seeing in a lot of these movies. I'm the one just sticking with the composers for some reason. Michael Giacchino, I'm sorry. And he recently did Giacchino. He the Batman, if I'm not
Yeah, he
mistaken.
did. Yeah, he did.
The Batman.
I still haven't seen it, guys. Let's
Yeah.
Oh no, we know no spoilers for Batman.
There is a musical score. Spoiler.
Yeah, it's some mainstays, man. The first 4 Pixar movies are done by Randy Newman. And you know what? Give it to my cousin. Then Thomas Newman did the next one.
Hold on, wait.
Like, so the first 5 movies are done by Newmans.
Toy
Man.
Story, Bugs Life, Toy Story 2, Monsters Inc. So his cousin did Finding Nemo?
Yeah. I think he got nominated, if I'm not mistaken. Then guess who after that? Michael Giacchino did
The Incredibles.
Incredibles.
That was an amazing score.
Yeah. Then guess who came back for the next movie? Randy Newman.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
This is just a crazy list. Then Ratatouille. Wow, Michael. Then Wall-E, Thomas Newman. Then Up, Michael. Then Randy Newman again. Then Michael.
Somebody else did Inside Out though.
Inside Out, yeah. Then Patrick Doyle did Brave. Randy Newman, Marx's University. No, Michael Giacchino did Inside Out.
No. Oh well, maybe. Okay.
No, he did this.
No.
That's nuts.
No, I'm looking at it. Agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree to a disagree.
Agree to disagree.
That's hilarious. Finding Dory.
I am hungry.
Randy,
I think Randy Newman, after being
Randy,
nominated,
do you even know you're on a podcast right now?
It's my podcast.
You're still drunk.
I know,
Yeah, man.
right?
The
Buddy,
Tylenol is starting to
You're
take
not
effect.
used to this.
Yeah.
This is my life every 2 Sundays. Pretending I
man.
didn't drink the night before.
Where am I?
I'm listening to you guys, but I'm like making sure that we hit everything. I don't know if we have enough to fill another hour.
No, let's talk about Ratatouille while you're hungry.
Oh, yeah, do that. Do that.
Evil.
Eat it. So bad
Evil
every
is
time.
Nick's one and only name. Hey, that's some asshole shit. Why you want to talk about food?
You're drunk. Look at you. You're a disgrace.
Yo, do y'all think... I read somewhere that the critic in Ratatouille is the son of the old lady from the very beginning. Y'all think that's some conspiracy theory? Or... Because, like, the flashbacks, like, he has the flashbacks when he tastes the food. The house looks similar.
Randy is on one right now.
I'm dead ass
What's
serious.
next? The Earth is flat. We didn't go to the moon.
I'm
It's
dead
so
ass
many
serious.
interesting Pixar like conspiracies. A lot of them go deep and far
Randy
out. That's
all of them.
what'd you say, Nick?
So what if I
Gone down
do?
the rabbit hole.
Oh man.
So what if I do?
Hey, are we really doing an Oscars episode?
And I liked Monsters at Work. Fight me.
Oh, I hope so.
I thought it was
Okay.
cute too.
Is it going to be after the ceremony?
In 2 weeks, the plan is overall second quarter preview, but like 10, 15 minute Oscar reaction.
Cool. Sounds
Excellent.
good. Yes.
Because, like, I don't care about the Oscars, but I'll have them on.
I
How can
care
you
about
not care? Randy. This is your livelihood.
Because
yeah.
I'm the middle America movie fan that's trash and likes summer movie blockbusters and franchises. I'll watch award stuff, but at the end of the day, I'm not that invested.
But your man Will Smith might win.
He better.
Remember.
That's why I'm watching.
He's definitely a dark horse.
It's looking good. No, it's looking good, I think.
Yeah, because he won. What is that? The one he won? That's the SAG.
Yep.
SAG and the critic voice.
And the haters didn't want him to win, but he fucking won.
Yeah, that'd be good, great to see. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think it. I think Benedict Cumberbatch is going to get it for some reason. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Yeah, trust me. I'm hoping what you're saying is right. I really am.
The haters hate it, and I love it.
But I would love to see. I wouldn't be mad if Andrew Garfield won.
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, he's the dark horse.
I think.
I don't think he has a chance, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think that's actually. Wow, that's crazy how things have switched around. Yeah.
Is he nominated for Tick Tick Boom?
That's it.
Okay.
That's the one. Yeah, I think Andrew Garfield is a dark horse. Wow.
So Jessica Chastain got nominated for Tammy Faye, and Andrew Garfield didn't.
She might win, and then exactly.
Popularity plays into that, no matter how good or bad the performance is, because I'm sure we'll talk about that. Stay on the Pixar stuff because.
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. I've never tried Ratatouille. I've always wanted to.
Me neither.
Saw the movie. I've never tried it. I always want to try that kind of food. Like they talk about animated food that you wanted to eat. I'm always like, dude, his suit.
Yeah, I have an interesting question for Nick and Randy.
I was like, but it's good.
Fire away.
Because Melissa and myself share, we have something in common on this episode. We haven't seen a lot of these movies.
Nice. You hit it, but I didn't.
I want to know which ones, if any, Nick and Randy, y'all haven't seen.
Ooh.
Oh, I've seen
Pixar.
every Pixar movie.
The one y'all haven't seen.
They've seen them all.
Yeah.
All of them. I've seen
probably Lightyear, the one that's not released.
Hey man,
they've already seen that.
That don't count.
They love it. 4.5 stars.
I'm not no real cinematic. I have not seen no unreleased movies, man.
So y'all have seen every Pixar movie?
Yes, there's 25, and I've seen them all.
Damn, I get that. That's awesome. There's some that have slipped under the.
On like a short film or something like that. Like
there's been 25 Pixar movies.
What about Bao?
And we've rocked them all.
I did see Bao.
Yeah, they showed that before The Incredibles 2, right?
Oh, okay. So then
in my YouTube review, in my YouTube review, I said the wrong movie that Bao was in front of.
So that's something that's really pissing me off about all these movies going to Disney Plus is they aren't playing the shorts.
Short, right?
Wow, you guys are real fans.
Used to be a big part of going to see at least a Pixar movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the guy playing chess in the park.
Except for Coco that had the 20-minute Frozen short.
Oh, yeah.
I hated that, but I loved how mad it made people.
Yeah.
So, like, I was fine with it. Because I was like, you know what? It's what y'all get.
It's like, I hated the Tenet and the Dunkirk prologues, and then I ended up loving Tenet. So.
Oh, yeah, that's,
Because
what did they play that in front of?
I don't know. One of the Star Wars. Don't do something that we're not prepared for. You know what I mean? That's why people don't like it.
I can't recall. No context. Did he still show trailers when he did that prologue?
Pretty sure.
I think so.
That's almost an extra. How long was the prologue? 10 minutes?
Yeah.
So that's an extra half an hour.
And everyone thinks they're in the wrong theater. It's just so silly.
It kind of used to be a thing with IMAX.
Yeah, you're right. They just throw it on you. They don't.
I haven't seen one since then, I don't think. But it used to be like you go to IMAX and like, Christopher Nolan loves it. Like he shows that. I remember the Dark Knight, the whole beginning bank robbery.
Yeah, I remember seeing it.
The whole thing. Yeah, like the whole thing up until the very end when he takes off his mask.
Yeah,
I would have hated it.
Totally. I think the whole Bane airplane thing. I think they did the same.
They showed a preview of that.
That I liked.
That's crazy. Y'all saw every
fucking movie.
Hey, Rob.
Well, how about this one?
I've told y'all that Pixar is my favorite animation studio. I'm watching.
Have y'all seen all of them in theaters? Well, the ones that went to theaters.
No.
Okay,
Most
we
of
got them on something.
I would
Lawyers.
say most of them.
The
Because who
first
didn't go with Soul, Luca, Turner Red?
the first Pixar
Yeah.
movie I saw in theaters was Toy Story 2, and the
Mhm.
next one was probably Finding Nemo.
So I got you. I saw Toy Story 1 in
I
theaters.
saw Bugs Life in the
But you're
theater.
Yeah,
old.
because we're old,
Oh.
Eric. That's not.
right.
But you're old. Like
I
Toy,
spoke too fast.
Toy Story came out when I was like 9. It's not like, hey, I'm going to theater, be back in 3 hours. Now I do that shit every weekend.
Oh shit! I wasn't an adult. I'm not that old.
Somebody should have taken you, Randy. That's.
That's
I've seen the only
Was
ones I
Nick
didn't.
even alive?
Dude.
I actually am laughing that hard though. That's why it's funny.
On that
I
note,
was 5 when Toy Story came out, and like I missed it in the theater, but like I was day
he
one.
said I missed it. Wow.
Like I didn't see Ratatouille in the theater for some reason. I was in high school. I didn't see, and then like 2011 and 12. I think I was talking to Eric when we did the like. There were a lot of movies that I kind of missed because I was like saving money. So I didn't see Cars 2 and I didn't see Brave in the theater.
You missed why? Sorry.
Huh?
You missed what? Missed them why?
It was like I was like saving money and like didn't do things like that like by myself. Like I was like.
Yeah, in the 2010s, I missed a lot too, and I think it's weird. Like movies, 2012 to 2014. I know it's just a few years, but that's a big blind spot for me. I missed a lot, and I don't even know why. I think I was partying the whole time.
let's put a pin in it. All right, jumping back into the Pixar stuff. Why is WALL-E a quiet place, but also like a true story that hasn't happened yet?
Oh.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like a Nick question.
Me and Eric.
For the most part, like humans are trash and
They're like,
dependent
yes!
on everything else.
No, but
We're headed that way.
Nick?
What the hell? I thought everybody watched it.
Yeah, I thought everybody's
no.
seen WALL-E.
I thought that was one of the ones that everybody.
No, I've seen it. I'm curious what Nick has to say about that analysis.
I couldn't relate to Wall-E because I'm not
a robot. Yo, when
it's about a robot alone on planet Earth scooping trash all day. That's just very specific and not me. I'm sure someone can relate to.
What year was it?
Came out in 2008.
2008.
No, I
It
mean
was-
like when does it take place?
20, like 50, maybe
Oh,
later.
Sounds
that's pretty
right.
soon. Coming up.
Because like people still exist. They're just up in space, fat.
Oh, okay.
Fat.
Okay.
It's kind of great. I kind of love Wall. Wall-E's another one that grew on me. Like when I watched it in the theater, I was like, that was cool. And then over time, every time I would rewatch it, I was like, this is fantastic. Like I really do like Wall-E. But it's another one that's kind of weird. It's like Up. Once you get to a certain point, it's like, wait, they all live on a spaceship and they're all fat and.
And there's live action Fred Willard.
But yeah, Wall-E is one of those that I consider like when the Oscar rules changed from like 5 Best Pictures to 9 or 10. Everybody always points at The Dark Knight, but I also consider Wall-E part of that. Like,
Oh, I thought that was Up, but I guess I have my years wrong. Is Wall-E 2008?
yeah, Up was 9. Up
Yeah.
was
Okay,
the
thank you.
nominated after that.
Yeah.
Right.
So Up was nominated for Best Picture.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, there was an NBA player named Wally Zerbiak who used to play for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and every time he would make a shot, they would play Wally.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That would annoy me if I was him. I'd be like, stop that. But yeah, I like Wall-E. It's kind of like, maybe not. I kind of feel like they could have made a sequel to Wall-E.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not. It probably would have just been like nothing because they don't really talk. So they would have had to have made something else.
Is
And
there
that-
not much dialogue in the movie?
Nope.
Like the first half of the movie, there's almost none other than them like.
Oh boy.
That's why I call it a
That's gonna
quiet
be
place.
tough.
And you got
It's
a
gonna
lot
be-
of
it's gonna be tough.
a lot of normies that didn't like that. I'm like, man, y'all gotta have y'all handheld really
Yeah.
hard. I see.
Well, that's how I felt kind of with A Quiet Place. I was like, God damn it.
Every Pixar movie has franchise potential.
Yeah.
That's true. There's quite a few of them. Like, I think Brave could have had a sequel. Turning Red could have a sequel.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they really, I don't know. It's kind of like, yeah, pretty much all of them.
Dude, the 2013 party scene is Turning Red too.
Yeah, that'll be.
I don't remember.
I was laughing at you.
Oh, me, yeah, exactly. There's a lot of, she could do 2005, 2008, lots of good times before the pandemic.
Right.
Inside Out could easily have a sequel.
Yeah.
You know, the thing about Inside Out, I know I don't know. So much of it is just spent with those two characters, Joy and Sadness, I believe. And it's kind of like a road trip movie almost, right? It's really just mostly spent on them. And I kind of, what I liked the best was when, you know, you could see the life of the girl, or like, I thought it was so funny when they went into the parents' heads and you could see I thought that was so brilliant. I don't know, I guess because I'm older, I can relate to that more. I thought that was hilarious. I wanted to see more of that stuff. But I was kind of surprised that it was really about joy and sadness, like almost the whole time. And Bing Bong, of course. I was kind of like, this is weird a little bit.
I thought like Inside Out is one of those. It's like certain movies you see and you just take it at face value and you're like, okay, that was good, that was bad, whatever. Like Inside Out is like one of those like I think about a lot, and I'm like, it's like you find new things. Like to me, it's like they moved to a new city, and it was like joy is trying to take over. And it's like you have to like think of it like as a person, like you're trying to be optimistic, you're trying to make the best out of a bad situation. It's like joy is trying to take over. Then joy and sadness get lost, and so she's like completely numb to it. It's like she ends up caring about hockey, not caring about her friends, not caring about her relationship with her parents.
Right.
She wants to, and then it's like coming to terms with the fact that like you have to let sadness.
But she's scared and angry and disgusted with everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to let sadness what, sorry?
Like, we like Inside Out. Inside Out's good.
Inside Out is brilliant.
Yeah, like when you really think, it's like that's what the whole thing is. Like Bing Bong gets sad about something, and then sadness like pats him on the back, and it's like, oh, sometimes you just have to let it enfold you. And she starts touching, like they call them the core memories, and it's like a happy memory of her playing hockey with her friends. Sadness starts fucking with all the memories, and they're kind of sad now. And it's like, well, yes, she moved away from her friends. Those memories would be sad now. And like, that's what it is to be human. It's so good. It's really Inside Out. I should probably write it. It's really good.
What does Bing Bong represent again?
Her imaginary friend.
Oh yeah, that's right. Thank you. Yeah, there was a lot going on there. I get it, but I also am a little confused by it. And it's like, so when we're experiencing messed up emotions, that's because the things in our head are like lost. You know what I mean? It's like, is that the message they're trying to give me?
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's like the spectrum of emotion that like, a child like that age would go through. It's not too complex. That's something else I kind of like about Inside Out. It's like they could have made it really complex and had it deal with all this stuff. It was kind of like something.
I found it pretty complex. I gotta be honest. I was shocked that like kids like this.
But it's like a simple thing. It's like, okay, like something that would affect like a young, she's what, like 11, 12, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
Like an adolescent like that in a big way, like a bigger way than it would like an adult. It's just like, well, they move. They move. She's not going through puberty. She's not like in love with some boy. It's not like this crazy thing. It's like she moves. And it's like she has to wrestle with all her different emotions with that. But it's really like sadness. And the sadness, it kind of has to come in and take the control, whereas joy is kind of always been ahead of everything. Meanwhile, they leave, and like Randy said, it's like anger is left and like fear is left up there. And so they're like controlling everything. She runs away. She's mad. She yells at her parents. She's mad at her friends. Like she's like, oh, whatever, fun. And then like hangs up on them.
Right.
Really good movie.
But then like
it's
the board, like the board evolves at the end, and I always wanted the sequel because they're like questioning the puberty button. But then Turning Red was kind of that unofficial sequel.
Yeah. I'm telling you, watch Heart and Souls with Robert Downey Jr. That's like the prequel to Inside Out. And then there's also that TV show Herman's Head was kind of like a similar.
That's what it got compared to when it came out.
Yeah, there's Herman's Head, then there's Heart and Souls, then there's Inside Out. They're like cousins of each other. It's really interesting.
Herman's Head. Crap.
Yeah, like Inside Out and like Coco. Those are like the two examples. Like they sneak up on you. Next thing you know, you're just like enraptured. Like you're sad, you're happy. Yeah, they are sad too. Inside Out makes you sad.
Coco's brilliant too.
Fuck Coco. Every time I watch Coco.
I saw Coco twice in the theater within like 3 weeks.
How many times have you guys seen Coco?
Overall, maybe 5.
Yeah. Damn. How recent is this movie?
17.
It's only like 5 years old, so you see it once a year. That's awesome.
It's good.
I've seen it 4 times.
Nice.
But two of those were in the theater.
Coco?
Huh?
They haven't seen Coco?
They're not Hispanic. They can't relate.
Okay, come on.
It's dying. They're like going to the afterlife and being stuck.
Man, Pixar loves like dying movies.
Just killing your emotions.
They love the death.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you look at Disney. That's probably why they Bambi and
Lion King.
And Lion King. What else? There's a few.
I don't remember.
Bambi still holds up. I don't know the last time y'all watched Bambi was. Bambi's still as effective as it was like 80 years ago.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
They know what they're doing over there. Making it. They know what they're doing.
All right. So here's the big question.
What's up?
The big question for Nick and Randy. The best Pixar movie ever.
I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it in June.
I know what Randy's gonna say. I'm gonna guess Randy's answer.
It's a franchise. I'll tell you in June.
Yeah, me too.
It's Toy Story 3.
Oh no, that's not a franchise. I'm sorry. The subject.
Oh, okay.
Oh well, I mean, after we talked Turning Red, I mean, I told y'all, and we just spent like 5 minutes talking about that shit.
I like Ratatouille.
So a Bug's Life.
So a Bug's Life.
So what's Randy's favorite that's non-franchise?
Inside Out.
Oh,
Inside
okay.
Out, yeah.
Thank you.
Duh.
I don't know. Jeez.
I like Ratatouille. I got
Toy Story. Watch that.
Finding Nemo, and then I got Ratatouille, Up, Soul. Are basically like on par.
Dude, I have Ratatouille at a 4.5, but I really want to give it a 5. I might.
Something about Ratatouille just gets me every time I watch it.
I love that shit.
It's so good, and it's such like an odd premise.
Very interesting premise.
It's so good, and it's so funny.
You know, they were on like a Finding Nemo like press tour and ended up in Paris, and just let's make a movie about this.
Interesting.
I'm completely guessing.
The combination of rats and food. I mean, who comes up with this stuff? Weird.
I'm an asshole. But it's good though. It's good though. Like that's why he just loves food, and all his rat buddies are like rats. Yeah. But he's got like a sophisticated palate. He washes his little hand. Like he goes to the thing, he washes his hands. And he makes the soup. Dude, it's so good.
It's sanitary.
And kills me every time he makes the little omelet.
Yeah.
Getting hungry now.
Right.
It's so cute, dude.
Oh man.
So, Nick, what was your favorite?
My favorite ever.
Oh yeah, Ratatouille is the non-franchise, right?
Yeah, the non-franchise one. But we're gonna talk about the favorite of all time later, so probably.
Yeah.
Like months later.
My
At least with that one, I know those movies. I know Toy Story, Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo. At least I know that. So that's good.
My top 4 are all franchised.
Yeah,
Honestly, my top 3 is one franchise.
Let me see here. But I haven't seen a lot of sequels, so I'm going to catch up with those. Finding Dory, Monsters University. I've never seen those.
Finding Dory is so underrated to me.
I'll probably like it.
I don't know. In like the 5.5 years since it's come out, like people, it's like its reputation has gone down. I don't know why. I thought it was great. Almost as good.
I think it was in my top 10
I always
that
say
year.
I never watch animated, but I've seen every single first of the franchises except Cars.
Oh wow.
Cars. Cars another one.
I love Owen Wilson, so I don't know. Maybe I should try. I don't know.
Cars is good. Cars is funny.
And if you all see the Cars Owen Wilson recording session sketch for SNL,
Yeah.
Probably, but I don't remember.
it's very recent. It's when he was I'll send it to y'all. It's pretty
That's so
funny.
funny.
The dude was literally
5-0.
yeah.
Is it just him saying like "wow" or whatever?
No, it's a lot darker.
His surfer voice.
Wow.
You can tell those writers were thinking about that for a very long time.
I think, yeah. I don't know. It's a mixed bag with my whole ranking thing. It's not like, like I've got most of the Cars towards the bottom and most of the Toy Stories towards the top. But then it's like mixed. Like I got Luca, Onward, Brave, all kind of low. But they're all good.
Yeah.
Like, that's great. Again,
What's both of your least favorite Pixar, even though you still think it's okay?
Overall,
Yeah.
Cars 2.
Cars.
Cars. That's
It's just something about Cars 2. It just was not on the level.
Yeah.
It's Larry the Cable Guy overkill. It's putting Mater as the focus.
No.
Good though. Like I like Cars
Yeah,
2.
yeah. It's like
It's just- it's
Pixar
not
did
on
a
the
spy
level.
movie.
Yeah.
Funny.
It would have been like it was better than Spies in Disguise, which came out in 2019. It was as good at least.
I thought Spies in Disguise was really fun.
Everyone did. And it was just Cars 2. Like it was just Cars 2. It was the same exact kind of movie. But Cars 2 was Pixar. So we go and watch Cars 2 and we're like, whatever, that wasn't that good.
I liked your Madagascar 3 comparison way better.
It would have been like, oh,
Man, there's
yeah.
so many animated movies. Like,
Dude,
crazy.
Madagascar 3 was low key kind of ass.
What studios? Madagascar?
DreamWorks.
DreamWorks.
What's Kung Fu Panda?
DreamWorks.
Also?
DreamWorks.
Damn.
Ants is DreamWorks, A Bug's Life is Pixar.
I hold DreamWorks as like top 3 or 4 studios overall. Illumination's on their ass though.
Regardless if animated or not, or you mean
Oh,
animated?
just animated.
Oh, okay. So it's like Pixar, then what? Sony or what?
Disney.
Oh.
Yeah, regular Disney.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right. They
And
have so
then-
many co-productions.
And then what? The third one is DreamWorks.
To me.
Probably, because they did Shrek.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not a Shrek fan.
Like,
So Shrek.
that's the thing with me. Like, Pixar is number one. Like, Pixar is quality-wise.
Yeah.
They never had, like, a dry spell the way Disney did in, like, the 2000s.
But for me, because y'all are not into these movies, but Pixar, Studio Ghibli, and DreamWorks. But y'all
Yeah.
really have to get into those. There's so many.
Yeah. I'm a Ghibli fan.
Yeah, so definitely start with Spirited Away. But that's a whole different episode.
Yeah. Ghibli's kind of fewer and further between. It's almost like that's an event every time there's like a
Yeah.
movie now. But I think
At
people,
HBO Max, Randy.
yeah,
Binge the Ghibli movies.
I got Fresh Prince on right now.
Fresh Prince. What the?
No, you gotta watch Bel Air. Come on, Randy.
I got something. I just have something on the TV while we're yakking.
Bel Air is so good. I recommend.
I hope so.
I had low expectations, and I'm pleasantly surprised.
I think that's it. I think we've touched on like every not.
Good. I'm glad we got through it. Me and Eric got through it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised I saw as many as I did. It's just
yeah.
Not that
I've
I
seen
don't
like
like
half, I guess, and I still want to see the rest. So
Yeah.
you guys did a good job.
So by the time the
showing.
other one comes up, I would have seen all of them.
I can't make that
sure.
promise.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's like one day.
What date is that episode is going to be on? That's before I.
Lightyear one?
Yeah, I don't know yet.
Whenever Lightyear comes out, Randy will make
June,
it.
isn't
It's
it?
like mid-June,
Yeah.
and then we'll talk about the franchise ones. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The episode.
That's exciting because I really
following-
like the movies that I've seen. Except, don't hate. I didn't really like The Incredibles. I didn't really get that one.
What?
I think The Incredibles is a touch overrated myself.
Ooh, me and Nick agree on something. Oh my god.
It's good. It's great.
Okay.
It's like I said, it's great. I think
Randy's
it's-
upset now.
We'll talk about how you're both wrong in June.
I just
Rewatch it and think about it. Think about it.
I love the original. I personally may have overrated the second one. Because Eric pointed out to me that it's the same movie. They just gender swapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you like something and they repeat it, I can't hate on you for liking it.
It's still
like,
entertaining.
Doesn't everyone want that out of their favorite movie? Just do it again, please. Like,
Pretty much,
you know what
yeah.
I mean?
But
It's just like the same but different speech that Robert Zemeckis said about Back to the Future 2. Like, audience want the same, but different, but the same.
like I told
Exactly. People are never happy. So.
Yeah.
like I told the squad off wax, I'm telling the listening, viewing public on wax, 2 weeks from now we gonna do the April, May, June preview, anticipation, whatever, with some Oscar reaction at the beginning.
Yay.
So holla at us, drop a comment, let us know what Pixar movies that are singular individual movies, not no franchises and sequels, I'll slap the shit out of you, that you like. It's regular. Yo, listen to me, man. Yo ass got 3 options. You can kick it in the bodega and charge too much to clean watches. Batter up, cause I be speaking with Negan on the weekend. Motherfuckers is reaching. My lyrical preaching got them seething. I'm a fucking nobody and dudes know I'm the shit. Pay attention to bars, kids, cause Big Tigger and Sway can spit. I flex with these guns, but I'm never giving up my arms like I'm Bucky Barnes. Every time I formulate a fucking verse, I trigger the fire alarms. Finding flaws in my game is harder than a fiend stopping or Bruce Wayne waking up to a clean Gotham. When I spit a rhyme, I always make a statement, and the bar is always full of bad words like I'm Jason Bateman. I'm handing out losses like I sell L's fool. I'm just chilling in the house like LL Cool. No matter where the fuck you go, I'ma always be watching. Cause if anybody know, I know you bitches is faker than Reed Thompson. And chill until the next episode.